back, Nuggets, to the last devlog of 2022. A lot has happened this past year and I'm very thankful for everyone for sticking around with me, subscribing to the channel, jumping into the Discord, following me on Instagram and on Twitter and supporting the game. And I cannot express how grateful I am for every single one of you following along on this journey. Now let's jump back real quick to 9 months ago when I posted the very first devlog.
And although now literally it takes place in a world of grey cubes, that's beside the point.
Now, a lot has changed since I began this journey, and I am proud to say that I am almost at the point of an all elements in place or alpha build.
The past few weeks I have been super busy tying up all the loose ends, fixing bugs and finishing up things I didn't really want to do and polishing things that have been bothering me.
Next to all the millions of small things that I've been doing the past weeks, there are 4 giant things that I checked off my checklist. The first being that I finally implemented the new Carley. Now, I know that some of you are going to say that she lost some of her charm, and I actually sort of agree with that. However,
this does not outweigh the benefits. Overall, the model is looking better, moves more fluently, and I am able to make better and more animations with more ease. Oh, and the animator went from looking like this to this, which is a great improvement if you ask me. Overall, I kept her animations, which I did remake though, the same and will tweak and change those in the future.
And the next big thing, which you might have already seen a sneak peek from on social media, is that I updated all the enemies.
I wasn't happy with the old enemy designs and thought they could use a little visual upgrade. I kept the overall feel the same, but I changed the models and behavior slightly. The least changed of all is the burst ball, previously known as the burst bot. I kept the overall shape, but instead of simply opening, I thought it would be cool if it opened its lower half instead to brace itself. And now it also runs away from you when you chase it. Next up, the money turret, which was formerly known as the toaster. And though I had a lot of fun designing it, it always felt a little weird it was a toaster and not something more electronic. And so I made it a monitor with 2 guns at the side. This gave me a slight problem though, in that the guns only hit you at a certain distance, and so it always tries to move to that sweet spot just where it can hit you. Very effective. And lastly, I have always hated the blast bot, and so I changed it to the boom box. It has similar behavior but looks way cooler.
Making all these new enemies and new behaviors also meant that I had to tweak combat quite a bit. Now, it's not perfect as of yet, but it will need some playtesting before I can really finalize it. The third big thing is that I finally changed all my materials, yes, all of them, from the default material in my own written shaders to the Toony Colors Pro shader. I bought this shader during the last Black Friday sale, and I must say it really is a great toon shader with a lot of cool options. Like the materials layer option, so you can make snow. The game at this point overall looks and feels the same, but using the same material means that I can easily adjust the look and feel of every material at once. Sadly, there's not really much to show here, nevertheless it took me a couple of days. Which leads me to the fourth thing, I finally added the options menu.
So now you can adjust your settings to your heart's content. You can adjust the volume, turn off the typewriter effect, adjust the difficulty of the game and change the controls all on the fly.
Now, those were the 4 big ones, but let me really quick run you through some of the other cool smaller things that I did.
I made a loading screen, which also doubles as a control overview. I changed the story of the game again, I know, and I made an intro level for it. But that also meant that I had to rewrite quite a bit of dialogue. And while I was working on the dialogue, I also decided to add these cool letterbox bars. I then fixed some of the last missing textures. And I finally fixed the depth occlusion on the water in the boat thanks to the Tunic Colors Pro 2 shader. I changed the model of CRT, and thank you ZachPFM for helping me with the name. I added a teleporting pipe, added a lookout point, and maybe this shouldn't be on the small list, but I switched over to using Fmod for sounds and added a ton of missing sound effects. And you might have noticed or heard it, but I implemented dynamic music made by the awesome Aki Knapilla. I'm very sorry for butchering your name. But if you all could go and give him a follow and some love over on his Twitter, that would be amazing.
And last but not least, I deleted half of my project. But don't get me wrong, this is great. Tedious and boring, but great. I actually had a lot of files, about 1,500 or so, which I didn't use anymore, or which I used for prototyping, or which were test assets, which were really only in the way and making the project unnecessarily big. And so, one night, instead of enjoying myself, I decided to take it upon myself to remove all those files, restructure the entire project, move all the files into their proper folders, and delete everything that I did not use anymore. Whew. And in the end, I have a project which is much smaller, faster to load, and easier to navigate. So all in all, a win-win-win situation. All in all, a great productive few nights of work. Now that just leaves me with one last feature that I need to implement before I can call this alpha build finished. And that is, of course, as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to know what that last spicy feature is that I need to add to finish up this alpha build, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button to get notified when I put that video up. Again, thank you all for sticking with me through 2022, and I hope to see even more of you in 2023. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, Happy New Year, whatever it is you are celebrating, and I hope to see you in 2023.